There are these two young fish swimming along, and they happen to meet an older fish swimming the other way, who nods at them and says, "Morning, boys, how's the water?" And the two young fish swim on for a bit, and then eventually one of them looks over at the other and goes, "What the hell is water?" Two guys sitting together in a bar in the remote Alaskan wilderness. One of the guys is religious, the other is an atheist. The two are arguing about the existence of God. The atheist says, "Look, it's not like I don't have actual reasons for not believing in God. Just last month, I got caught away from the camp in that blizzard, and I was lost and I couldn't see a thing, and it was 50 below, so I tried it. I fell to my knees in the snow and cried out, 'Oh God, if there is a God, I'm lost in this blizzard, and I'm gonna die if you don't help me.'" The exact same experience can mean two different things to two different people, given those people's two different belief templates and two different ways of constructing meaning from experience, because we prize tolerance and diversity of belief. Nowhere in our analysis do we want to claim that one guy's interpretation is true and the other guy's is false. As if a person's most basic orientation toward the world and the meaning of his experience were somehow just hardwired like height or shoe size, or automatically absorbed from the culture like language. As if how we construct meaning were not actually a matter of personal, intentional choice. Plus, there's the whole matter of arrogance. Think about it. There is no experience you have had that you are not the absolute center of. The world as you experience it is there in front of you, or behind you, to the left or right of you, on your TV, or your monitor, and so on. Other people's thoughts and feelings have to be communicated to you somehow, but your own are so immediate, urgent, real. This, like many cliches, so lame and unexciting on the surface, actually expresses a great and terrible truth. It is not the least bit coincidental that adults who commit suicide with firearms almost always shoot themselves in the head. They shoot the terrible master, and the truth is that most of these suicides are actually dead long before they pull the trigger. How to keep from going through your comfortable, prosperous, respectable adult life dead, unconscious, a slave to your head, and to your natural default setting of being uniquely, completely, imperially alone day in and day out. The plain fact is that you graduating seniors do not yet have any clue what day in, day out really means. Let's say it's an average adult day, and you get up in the morning, go to your challenging, white-collar, college graduate job, and you work hard for 8 or 10 hours. And at the end of the day, you're tired and somewhat stressed, and all you want is to go home and have a good supper and maybe unwind for an hour and hit the sack early because, of course, you have to get up the next day and do it all again. After work, you have to get in your car and drive to the supermarket. It's the end of the workday and the traffic is apt to be bad. So getting to the store takes longer than it should. When you get there, the supermarket is crowded. Because, of course, it's the time of day when all the other people with jobs try to squeeze in some grocery shopping. You finally get to the checkout line's front, and you pay for your food, and you get told to have a nice day, in a voice that is the absolute voice of death. Then you have to take your creepy, flimsy plastic bags of groceries in your cart with the crazy wheel that pulls maddeningly to the left. all the way out through the crowded, bumpy, littery parking lot.
Is finally won or lost on the front line, with literally millions of dollars at stake.
My natural default setting is the certainty that situations like this are really all about me, about my hungriness and my fatigue and my desire to just get home. And it's going to seem for all the world like everybody else is just in my way. And how stupid and cow-like and dead-eyed and non-human they seem in the checkout line. But most days, if you're aware enough to give yourself a choice, you can choose to look differently at this fat, dead-eyed, over-made-up lady who just screamed at her kid in the checkout line. Maybe she's not usually like this. Maybe she's been up 3 straight nights holding the hand of a husband who is dying of bone cancer. Everybody worships. The only choice we get is what to worship. And the compelling reason for maybe choosing some sort of God or spiritual type thing to worship, or some inviolable set of ethical principles, is that pretty much anything else you worship will eat you alive. Our own present culture has harnessed these forces in ways that have yielded extraordinary wealth and comfort. The freedom all to be lords of our tiny school-sized kingdoms. This kind of freedom has much to recommend it, but of course there are always different kinds of freedom. That is real freedom. That is being educated and understanding how to think. The alternative is unconsciousness, the default setting, the rat race, the constant gnawing sense of having had and lost some infinite thing. The capital T, truth, is about life before death. It is about the real value of a real education, which has almost nothing to do with knowledge. That we have to keep reminding ourselves over and over. This is water.
Tu as peur de m'égarer.